He called you a cowboy. What did he mean? What are you?
Just a humble bounty hunter, ma'am.
So here we are, we're just the same, and you will never know. To cross the line takes a tiny step, but will the spark cause the bridge to burn? My fear entwined with my regret, I'll be the path to safe return. There's a thing called love that we all forget.
What's up?
Aw, Chet, don't give me that Art of War crap. And you take too long to take a shit.
Do you see yourself there?
I do that with every character. Especially for Amon, because the stakes are so high. We're trying to purify and cleanse Republic City. This is something that takes concentration, especially when I have to take your bending away. Glasses on for this. I have trifocals, so I'm not wearing the right ones. Okay. I heard that Sokka was into larger women. I mean, have you ever seen his old girlfriend? She is the size of the moon. I didn't write these, okay? I am not accepting blame for this. A lot of people have been asking me why I'm pushing this equalist thing so hard. And I tell them, Amon's gotta do what Amon's gotta do. By the way, Amon, a vote.
Character we like to be in real life.
Answering that as Spike, wouldn't I have to say Spike? Spike would, he wouldn't give that away to anybody else. I don't think so. I don't know. I do love the kind of woman that can kick my ass, so I probably have to say
Spike.
Spike's got a gun, dude.
Yeah.
Probably not something verbal. It was when I was auditioning for one of the Spider-Man games. I was screaming as one of the supervillains. I don't know what he was at this time. I don't remember. But I was in mid-scream and I passed out. And they caught it on, they recorded it. And so you just hear, the next thing you hear is the door opening, the director and the engineer coming in. Are you all right? And you just hear me waking up and I'm going, I think I almost just fainted. Like I said, I'm very physical in the booth, and when I'm doing the claw strikes, I actually do swing my arms. I keep my head perfectly still, but the arms are going like crazy. Well, I caught the flesh between two of my fingers on the metal edge of the stand. And I knocked it all the way across the room. This thing is a heavy steel stand with a big metal base on it. I knocked it all the way across the room. I didn't even feel it. And it came about that close to going right through a glass door, a double glass door. And that would have been a terrible mess if that had happened. But I was just so surprised that I didn't cut myself. Or maybe I did and I healed really fast, I don't know. The other thing that I would say is weird, this is the weird one. Back when I was doing a lot of anime back in the old days, I was at a studio called Magnitude 8, and they had this, where we did a lot of the really great shows back then with LA Hero and those guys. I don't even remember what the show was, but we were doing a Walla group, which is background voices, filling in like, you know, action scenes and things. And we had this little tiny booth that's about the size of a large refrigerator. It will comfortably fit one, maybe two people if they're small. We had 5 people in this booth. We had 4 guys and a girl. And we're in the middle of the scene, and it's some crowd scene or something, and we're all supposed to be screaming, and I'm doing like a voice of an old man. We have to mix it up and do different voices for this thing, so I'm going, ah! Kind of thing. And all of a sudden I feel this finger go up my butt. So my performance went from, to make matters worse, this little booth had a glass door on the front of it, where we could see our music stand that had the dialogue. I coughed up a big glob of loogie. That was stuck in there dripping down. And as I'm turning around trying to figure out who put the finger up the butt, it turns out it was the director's girlfriend. Awkward. Nothing, commando, baby. I haven't been asked that question, but thank you for bringing that to the table. Maybe over or under with the toilet paper question? I don't think I've ever been asked that. Over. I'm not sure which is me and which is the character anymore. And the great thing I think about voice acting, and I think this is probably true for most actors in any medium, is that to give a true performance, you have to give a piece of yourself anyway. For Spike, I kind of gave the badass thing that I always imagined myself to be as a little kid but could never really achieve. So that's kind of where I started. What made Spike really interesting for me was, I think it happened in the movie when he's in the jail cell opposite Elektra. And they're having this conversation. He has to go down to a deep, sensitive, vulnerable place. And to take that character that was kind of easy for me to go badass, you know, and the whole fighting thing, something I always imagined in my head, to something vulnerable. Oddly enough, the vulnerability was more uncomfortable for me to bring to it. But it kind of opened me up. It started that process of opening that part of me up as a person too. So every character, I think since then, that really kind of triggered something in me. I don't remember any particular scenes necessarily, but I remember there was so much emotion and sensitivity between Kiyoman and Takatoman in particular. The love between them and how sweet and innocent that was something so different from all the cruel, evil monsters that I had been playing prior to that. And also, I love JP. JP was really awesome. Do you guys remember JP? Yeah, I identified very strongly with JP because I was an overweight kid who sort of felt like he was on the fringes in school. I was the last one picked for softball, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, I always felt like the odd man out, and in anime, I think one of the beautiful things about anime and the beautiful thing about AX and this whole community, this worldwide community, is that no matter what we look like, no matter you know, what we're into, here we find acceptance, we find friends, we find people that are into what we're into, and people that don't judge us for who we are. And so, for me personally and professionally, that was a profound moment playing JP. And, my girl, my partner, Trina, was here yesterday, and I was saying that she's the one who really keeps me grounded because she sees me in my day-to-day when I'm stressing and doing all the normal things that everybody does in a normal life. So when I come home from here with my big fat ego, she'll say, "Great, welcome home, now clean up the dog crap in the backyard." And it kind of shrinks all at once and puckers up, and I come back to normal. But I think that's really important for anybody who does anything in media, whether it's music or film or, you know, anything in media where you start to get some level of fame, that you surround yourself with people who love you and know you for who you are and who you were before all of this happened. And that really helps me to keep grounded. And I have my son Jeremy is here with me, and Jared, stand up, Jared. Jeremy has been here with me. He's got a cold. He's been busting his butt here with me through this whole convention and talking to you guys and being my support system. And without my family here with me, I might go to the other side. I might go to the dark side. And so they keep me real, and I really appreciate that. So thanks, Jared. You're awesome, dude.
Maybe give us a sample of what it would sound like if you were to transform as Sailor Moon, maybe?
You're gonna get it for this, dude. I need a Sailor Moon line because I don't know the show.
I'm waiting.
I'm gonna do it as Leron. In the name of the moon, I will punish you.
And yummy.